Hello and welcome. In today's video, we'll be talking about the role configurations for the HANA database cockpit. So in the last video, we made the audit policy. And after making the audit policy, we have to define the roles and configure them. So we have to go to the HANA cockpit and log in with the admin, DB admin username. So who is the admin? The admin is actually a super user who's got an absolute control over the database, and he decides who the new users will be and who are what roles have to be given to them, apart from many other security things and troubleshooting and everything that is done by the DB admin. So it's a position actually in the SAP world as the database administrator. So here in this one, we are logged in as a DB admin. So imagine in a company, there is a person who has been given the responsibility of a DB admin. So when you make a trial account, so you already have these permissions of DB admin assigned to you by default. But when you work in a real company, SAP BTP account, so database admin positions won't be given to you. Rather, you'd be given, different control level access to the database. And that control level access to the database is basically given by the DB admin. Now, let's say, for example, a new member has joined the team and the DB admin has got the job to assign him certain roles and give him a username and a password. And the DB admin has got the responsibility to do that. So when the new person has joined the team, DB admin first, what he will do, he will come to this point. That means this point. He will go over there and log into SAP HANA cockpit. Once he logs into SAP HANA cockpit, he reaches to this particular point over here, where the database user is called is been given the DB admin. You can see database user is called as DB admin. Now, what he will do is that since there is a new person who's come, so he has to create a username for it. The first thing, he will assign him a username. So what he's going to do is that he'll go to role administration or role management, user management, and he goes over there and once we reach over here, so there are, let's say, a lot of users in the company, they have been given their respective username and address. Like, for example, here is a new user. Let's say it's a new. So this is the new user. So similarly, he's going to create, let's say, user new one. And after doing that, okay, so he's going to create this thing. And see, when he looks for this username in the list, there's nothing found over here. So he has to create that user. So create user. So you need to write here. So new one, and then you need to provide the email address if you have. Leave it. So this is the email address, and what else have we got? Local authorization and the password. So you need to give him a password. So let's try to give him a password. So let's say the password is capital N EW new 12345. This is the password. Need to confirm that. So capital N small EW 12345. That's a password, and it confirms. So force password change on next logon. We'll go for no over here. Don't want him to change the password. He will continue with the password given by the admin user. And enable password lifetime check, yes, and that's it. And we can create the user. And so we have created a new user, and now we have to, since you have created a new user, you have to assign it a role. So you need to go to the role management over here. And when you come to the role management, you need to add the role to the new user. I've already created a role, and the role name is Dan role. Role Dan. It is a role over here. I already created. It's so simple. You need to just come over here, add a plus. Want to create a new role? You just go and create a new role over here. So since I've already created a new role over here, you can just come and check out. So when I created a role for the first time, I had to add the system privileges, object privileges, and the third thing that I did was assign it to the user. So let's come over here and check out this thing. You can see this has got an audit, the privilege that is called as audit admin. So I need to, what I'll do, I'll edit it. I'll remove this audit admin from here. So remove it, and let's see what happens if we do not provide him that audit admin role to my new user. Okay, so what will happen? And we will see how much of the restrictions have been given to the new user. Name was user new one. So I somehow restricted him in his access. So, and here you have got object privileges like audit log, and this is what he can actually go and check out the view part. He can see, and he can execute, select, and select metadata. These kind of things he can do, like system privileges. But I'm sorry, the object privileges. So over here, I need to assign that role, this role down to the new user. So assign user, how we are going to do that? And look for the user that we have created, and the name of the user is the new one. And press enter user role or manually. So let's come over here and try to so one. So this is what the new user name is, and we have assigned the name, assign the role to the user new one, and let's go and since the role is there, we can add that thing to the user new one and add that role to it. So the role name is role down, and this is here. You add it, and let's save our thing. What we basically did is that we have assigned a role to our new user, to whom I've given a username and a password that I've created just now. Now we will go to our main homepage and see what happens after having given him the username and the password. First, we'll see what power DB admin has. See, so here I have logged in to this cockpit using DB admin. So let's see. First, we'll see the audit. We have got one audit policy, and you see over here, enable audit policies 1 of 1. And that's a very important part that I just showed you, 1 of 1. Because when we log in with a different username, then you will see what benefits do we get. So here, the admin has got the power to delete the audit policy which has been created, but the new user the new user doesn't have that permission to do that, because we have just in the uh, permission we have not given him the rights to do that, that I showed you in the object, the system privileges. So let's go back and try to log in with the new username and password. So we come back over here to our home page, and here we're going to delete our current login credentials and re-enter it using the name one. One password is password was capital N EW new 12345, and press OK. It's a new one. Then the name. So again, try to log in. And capital EW 12345. Okay, so the new user who has been inducted into the team, he put in his credentials, and you see that the new name, user new one, is showing up over here. So now in the audit section, you can see that it says that missing privileges. That means the user doesn't have the privilege to actually go and delete the audit policy. So what he can do is that he can read the whatever things, the logs, those have been logged, and he can just go through it, but he doesn't have the right to delete the audit policy. So what if we want to make a role in which even the new user has the right to delete the policy? So we have to again go back to our home page, and we have to log in as a administrative user, and then we can provide him the rights to even delete the audit policies. So here we will enter it using DB admin, and password is true, then whatever the password is, then you see. But the admin user has got this audit policy that he can see and manage and do everything. So what we are supposed to do right now is that we have to provide the same right as the PD admin has. So we will go to the role administration, role management. And since it's not coming, so we will come back over here and press monitoring. And again, we will go back to all and come to role and the role assignment, role management of it. Then we'll look for the role that that was assigned to the new user, and the name of the role is role Dan. And we'll go to the role Dan, and we see that it has only got 2 system privileges, and we're going to add a 3rd system privilege over here. So come back and go to press this one and go to edit, and need to add another one. The 2 roles, the 2 privileges that is given to role Dan is audit operator and audit read. So you can operate and read it, but can't delete it. I want him to delete the things as well. So you can go and add and give him the power to do that by giving the audit admin privilege to it. So now this role Dan has got this power. So whatever the number of users are, let's say we have got 10 users, and all the 10 users have been given the role Dan role. So if role Dan role is given to all the 10 users will have the same power as the other user. So role Dan actually just decides what the user can do. So we're going to save it. So we see we have got 3 system privileges over here, and now we will go back to the database overview, and we will log in as a different user again this time, and we will check out that if the new user actually had the if it actually has the power to delete the data, delete the audit policy. So the new user, what happened? New user. So user new one, password is capital NEW1123455. Press OK. And once you come over here and now type audit. So again, the same problem, go to monitoring or any of the other selection, or come back to all and again type audit. AUD. Now you see, now it also gets the same privilege as the admin had. So you see, now he can come over here and delete the audit policy, or if it wants to edit the audit policy, he can even do that because he has been given the power to do it. This is how the roles are given to the new user. This is how you can create a new user, and you can provide them with the roles or role collections and to the database. In the next video, we'll be talking about how we can use these audit policies with the roles that have been given over here to actually create a synonym, and that could be seen in the HDI container. And also, we're going to use, make an extension point that is the endpoint at the service, just call it a service point, so that the data could be consumed in the front end in the form of tables or whatever, maybe just for, as a metadata, you can create it. So till now, it's goodbye from my side. We'll see next video. We'll meet in the next video. Thanks for your patience. Thank you.